Good evening. Welcome to our Song to Begin virtual week 5. My wife insisted that if I was going to record from this angle, I had to clean up my room, our room. So I've done that. And any of you who have ever had to clean your room because somebody else told you you had to do it, I'm sympathizing with you right now. But I do feel good that my bedroom has gotten a little bit cleaner. I'm going to play for you Don't Think Twice, It's Alright by Bob Dylan. He wrote it when he was only 21 years old. That's pretty impressive. The melody is not entirely original. It's sort of a folk tune that had been around for a while, but he did put his own words to it. And it's kind of an angry song and a little bit mean to his girlfriend. But what I get out of it is that when life hands you a situation that you're not entirely happy about, sometimes you have to talk to yourself or sing a song to boost your self-esteem and feel a little bit better about it. So in the liner notes to the album, Bob Dylan mentioned that it wasn't really an attack on his girlfriend who'd been living in Italy and let him know that she was going to stay there longer and not come back to him, and he was not too happy about that. But it was more to make himself feel a little bit better and to remind himself that when life hands you some circumstances that you're not happy about, you do have some choice about how you react to it. And I think that's something very important for all of us to think about these days. Certainly what's happening with being quarantined and dealing with illness and death and economic and employment consequences. There are a lot of things to be distressed about, but in life there are going to be things that we don't have control over, and we have to try to stay focused on what we can do to make the best out of our situation. Anyway, don't think twice, it's alright. Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, it'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason that I'm traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. Light, I never know. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road, but I wish there was something you would do or say to make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. So it ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, like you never done before. And it ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, I can't hear you anymore. I'm a thinking and a wondering, walking down the road. I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. Don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, baby. Where I'm bound, I can't tell, but goodbye is too good a word, girl. So I'll just say fare thee well. Still, I wish there was something you would do or say to make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. Please leave some kind of comment in the updates if you are still listening to these songs. I put out the call last week for suggestions for more songs, and only Kaylin responded. And Kaylin, I thank you. The song you chose is a little bit challenging for me, but I appreciate the thought. So I hope people are still enjoying these weekly songs. Please let me know, and if you'd like me to do something different, I'm certainly open to suggestions. This week we are still a little bit studying ancient Rome, because we do want to do an essay on how the Roman Empire came to an end. We already talked a little bit about how the Roman Republic came to an end, and then it was an empire for 500 years, and we're interested in what happened to the Roman Empire as well. But we're also transitioning into ancient China. So I have a myth about the immortal white snake for us to discuss, and an assignment where we look at some dynasties, some families that managed to stay in power for a long time. Let's see if I can remember them. The Shang Dynasty, which we actually encountered earlier this year, the Zhou Dynasty, the Qin Dynasty, and the Han Dynasty. And for each one, I'm hoping you'll read the information and give me a bit of a summary. How did each dynasty come into power? Most importantly, what did they do while they had power? What did they invent? What did they accomplish? What were they good at? What can we say makes them worth being interested in? And how did that dynasty come to an end? Good luck with this week's assignment, and please be well. And if you have any questions or you have some late work to turn in, I was having a lot of email in my box a couple weeks ago. That seems to have settled down, so don't hesitate to send me an email and let me know, and I will do my best to respond and help each of you get the best grade that you can while you're learning about ancient history. Until next week, everybody, be well.